Yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. I love my
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, A Change Is Gonna Come, it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. President Trump has already had sit-downs with the wrong representatives of the black community. How about a real discussion with a true grassroots African American? Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter.
Free your mind.
You have to give the black conscious, the Hebrew Israelite, the Moor, the Kemetic, the first black apologetically black, blackity black, you know, the black conscious type folks, the RBG nation folks, whatever they want to call themselves, you have to give them credit. Credit for what? You have to give them credit for their information. You have to give them credit for their research. You have to give them credit for their supreme wisdom. These people, these persons, you have to give them credit because they are intelligent. You just don't come before them and tell them anything. They do their research. They have their information. They listen to all their scholars who are also intelligent. So when you talk about the black conscious, pro-black, RBG nation, the African, I love Africa, want to be African stuff, those type of persons, don't get me wrong. They do have brilliant information, do wonderful research, have incredible intelligence. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is, even though you do have this research and this supreme wisdom and this information, and please don't forget, we listen to the scholars. You hear everything, but you don't hear that we use common sense. They don't know how to reason. They don't know how to be analytical. They are not critical thinkers. Because when you do all this research and have all this information and you listen to the scholars and you know all this stuff, then you already know. Nobody can tell you nothing because I already know. I've already reached the plateau of knowledge. There's nothing, Angel Snup, there's nothing anybody that's dumb enough to listen to Angel Snup 7 can tell me because I already know. My melanin has taken me to exorbitant heights. Right, okay? And this is why they fail. If you know so much and you have the correct information and done the correct research, then even among those who believe in this matter, why are you not progressing? Why are you still in the condition? You're doing no better than your master teachers, your scholars from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and so forth. You have progressed and you have accomplished no more than what they have done in the past. Matter of fact, you are actually digressing. You are actually going backwards. But you have all this information. You understand the teachings of the scholars, and you have all the information, and you have done your research. So you tell me, why are you still a slave living in pink supremacy? Please explain that to me. How come you still call yourself a nigger? I thought the only one who called us nigger was the slave owner, but you call us nigger. And you call us bed wench and coon and all these. But I thought you done your research. I thought that you know you have all this intelligence. You have the information. I thought you have progressed. You have transformed into a new being that has broken the grip of your slave owner, and you began to maintain yourself to go back into what you thought or what your ancestors was. Now look, there was a Sister Brittany. She was on this platform a few weeks ago, I believe, and she brought to us, and I don't mind having different ideas and opinions or whatever on my platform. That's no problem. None of this stuff is a threat to me. None of this stuff impressed me. So we have Sister Brittany, and she tells us in conversation that your hair, I don't have much, as you can see. I don't have a lot of hair. She tells us that our hair is an antenna, and you can communicate or get signals. Woo! You can get signals from the universe because of your hair. Your hair. Now, what is your hair? Your hair is dead cells. You cut your hair. Your hair is dead cells that come from your body, just like your fingernails. There is no life in your hair. There is no life. There's no blood. There's no life in your hair. There's no life in your fingernails. These are dead cells. Just like you might find some of your skin peeling on your body. That's dead. You don't feel nothing anymore. It's dead. So she's telling us that these dead cells somehow communicate with the universe. She calls our hair antennae. Now, we know that insects have antennae. And if you ever catch a grasshopper or any insect, if you cut that antennae, you'll see that the creature will respond like it's in pain because that antennae is actually alive. And what an antenna does, it does not bring out a signal, it receives a signal. So, using the logic of Sister Brittany, for some reason, our hair should be getting some type of signal, receiving signals from the universe. Now, I don't know what these messages are. She never explained what messages, since our hair is an antennae, and you can receive messages, signals from the universe. She never explained the messages that she's getting from the universe from her hair. Now, mind you, most antennas are straight and they stand up like they reaching out towards something. And most of our hair is kinky and it's intertwined, and it does not reach out towards the sky. It's not like Caucasian people hair, of course, falls flat. But also at the same time, it does not stand straight up either in a manner to be like an antenna. But these are Black conscious, pro-black, blackity black, first black, Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelite, more, RBG. They believe in stuff like this. And it makes no sense. And so somebody in the conversation, asked Sister Brittany, where you getting all your information from? And she told us, she getting this information from herself. Now, any of us who have been around, any of us who have explored all these different varieties of Kemetic science and Hebrew Israelite teachings and all that type of thing, the Nation of Islam teachings or whatever, you can recognize that this comes from somewhere. She says that once you come into the knowledge of yourself, you automatically know these things. But see, the problem here is every human being comes on this planet, you don't know nothing. Your brain, when you come into this world, is totally blank. You don't know nothing. So whether she confess or admits this, she was taught, she learned this from somewhere. You learned this information, you got it from somewhere, because when you was a baby, when you was an infant, you didn't know nothing. The only thing you knew how to do when you was an infant was soil your diaper and slobber. That's the only thing you know how to do. But this is just an example of a group of people who are still lost. They're supposed to be awakened. How can you be awakened? How can you be conscious and you believe in stuff like this? And you in the audience, those of us who come to this platform, you know, you've heard all kinds of crazy stuff coming from this pro-black, blackity black, RBG, Hebrew Israelite, more, black conscious, pro-black. You heard all kinds of stories. Spaceships is going to come out the sky and save you. Demons. The list goes on and on. All kinds of wacky type of beliefs. If this is the case, they make mockery of Christians, or Christianity, that's the white man religion. Your belief, what you talk about, ain't no different. That Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, and see, when people bring that to your attention, you don't want to hear it. But these are the same people who would make mockery of our Christian brothers and sisters. Oh, that came from the white man. That's fairy tale, fantasy, nonsense they call Christianity. But at the same time, if you really look at what they are presenting, and if you really break it down to the root, all this pro-black, blackity black stuff came from the white man also. You not know better than the brother and sister who's a Christian. Because when it's all said and done, everything you talking about at the root of it, from the very beginning of it, it came from white folks. Because even the word black itself, That's not an African. That's not an African label. Africa is not an African label. All that come from the conqueror. All that came from Europeans. Our people were slaves for over 300 years. We were denied religion. We were denied the right to read and write. We had no education at all. But all of a sudden, you have the supreme wisdom. You get all this information from, you can research. You just came from up out of slavery, but now you know it all. You know that your hair is getting signals from the universe, and clearly your melanin, these signals from the universe, all this high wisdom and crap that y'all talk about that you have, is doing nothing and have done nothing to change your condition.
Free your mind.
I do this for my people. That's why I do it. Why do you do it? I do this for my people. I never asked them if they wanted me to do it, but I don't care. I do it for my people. They don't know no better. I do this for my people. Who is your people? These Africans in America. These Negroes, African Americans. I just do it for my people. Black people, I just do it for my people. Don't get mad at me. Don't be a hater. I do this for my people. Oh, they don't never ask the people what they want if it's all right. You just gonna, whatever, everything you do is for your people. Don't ask the people themselves nothing. Welcome again, as always, in the name of my ancestors. Welcome again to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, wherever you may find me. I'm the mighty one, Angel Snub Nub 7. And I am also your soul brother, number 1. You know, well, you don't know, I'm going to tell you. I noticed that some of my pro-black, I'm an African, all those type of people that used to be on my platform, I don't see them no more, or they just don't comment. I'm not sure. But I made it very clear, I'm just not into that. I don't even like those kind of people because they're arrogant, they vulgar, they nasty, vile. They have no respect for you, their people. They only love you as their people as long as you agree and they think that you down with their idea, this stuff that you never asked them to do. They don't know nothing about. As long as they G for that, that's your people. Because you're not doing it for me. You haven't asked me nothing. And whether you like it or not, I'm part of the people. There's a lot of those who don't give a damn about what you're talking about. You didn't ask them nothing. So I don't care what business you do. I don't care what school you do. I don't care if you create your own country. You're not doing a damn thing for me, and you're not doing it for your people. You're doing it for your damn self because you have not asked the people, is this what they want? Because if the people actually want that, they will help you to get that job done, and it don't take 40, 50, 60 years to get it done because there are 40 to 70 million in this country. Believe me, if they really want to get something done, they'll really get it done. The reason why you're not accomplishing anything, because you can't get, and you have not inspired the 40 to 70 million in this country to do anything. When was the last time our soul brothers and sisters in this country, when was the last time they really got excited about something? I don't care what their background was. I don't care if they was a Christian, agnostic, a Hebrew, RBG. I don't care, an atheist. I don't care what you call yourself. To my knowledge, the last time soul brothers and sisters really got excited and this struggle that we call liberation really got attention was in 1995, the Million Man March. I'm going to tell you. Now, of course, we know what the outcome of the Million Man March was, but it was a very, very exciting time. I know. I went to the Million Man March. I attended the Million Man March. I took guests to the Million Man March. I listened to the radio, the advertising. I listened to the conversations in the barbershops and everywhere I went. The Million Man March was a very exciting time. I heard a brother talk about brothers came from everywhere. They came by bus, they came by airplane, they came by train, they even came by bicycle. It's even a possibility that some of them even tried to walk. The country, our people at that time was very exciting. It was not just about Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. The Million Man March represented, and it was by so many of us in this country. I mean, brothers all over this country was very excited. There was so much support from California to New York, from Chicago. It was a very exciting time. I wish there was someone who could archive the newspaper articles, the radio advertisements, and matter of fact, I thought I heard Spike Lee somebody was supposed to been doing a documentary. Well, I think there was a movie. I think there was a movie made about the Million Man March. You know, some brothers, their adventure going to the Million Man March. But I thought Spike Lee, or one of those directors, somebody's supposed to been making an official documentary on the Million Man March, and you know, of course, get the interviews and all like that. But it was a very exciting time. Our people needed that boost, needed that in their veins. And when you went to the Million Man March, there was no trouble at all. You had some brothers, they were smoking their weed or whatever, and somebody probably was hitting the old bottle a little bit. I mean, I've never been around soul brothers, and there were some sisters too. There were some sisters there. Matter of fact, there was a lot of folks there. There were some Asians. You know, there was a lot of other people that was nosy. They want to see what these Negroes, what this is all about. But as far as the brotherhood was concerned, I'm telling you, it was awesome. They was ready to give them the orders. What we gotta do? What's the plan? What's the agenda? What's the mission? What do you want us to accomplish? You had over 1 million men ready to take orders from their general.
Free your mind.
So in part one, we explored and talked about 1995 and the Million Man March. How inspirational, how motivational the Million Man March was. Unfortunately, the man that claims that he called these soldiers to arms, unfortunately, he abandoned his troops and went on to do other stuff or whatever. And We don't see very little that the Million Man March accomplished. And when this man that called these men to Washington, D.C., he decided to take a vacation and go to Saudi Arabia and Iran or whatever the hell he went, Iraq. We don't see what was the benefit of that either. So this Million Man March having no real accomplishment, but yet all this energy, all this excitement, don't you know that's very disappointing? That's very frustrating. Don't you know not only this, but every time our organizations are destroyed, every time we support incompetent leadership, every time we fail, it makes you not want to do anything anymore. It's just like if you're trying to walk and you keep falling. After a certain period of time, many people would just give up. I just crawl, don't worry about it. Give me a wheelchair, because they get tired of trying and falling. We have been trying and falling in this nation going on 500 years. You think that you're finally going to make it. What's up there, Scott? You finally think that you're going to make it, and something always happens. This is very disappointing. So here we are in 2019. Remember the excitement of 1995. Remember, many of these brothers and sisters that participated during this Million Man March, they are still here. And you must not look down upon them as your elders. You must not look, don't do that. It was a great disappointment. And people put a lot of energy, and there was so much excitement, and they were so motivated. But now it's 2019, and these soldiers, many of these soldiers who were around in 1995, just don't have the will to fight. It's like giving up. We've been fighting and struggling since Marcus Garvey. We've been fighting and struggling since Nat Turner. We've been fighting and struggling ever since, as many of you believe, the African first stepped on the shores of North America. Ever since the natives here saw those first boats of Europeans come to these shores, we have been struggling and we have been losing. We have been losing. So you have to understand, this is one of the reasons why we don't have no fight. Because every time we try to fight, we lose. It's just constant lose when we think we're going to win. We thought we was going to win with Marcus Garvey. We thought we was going to win with the Nation of Islam. We thought we was going to win with the Black Panther Party. We thought we was going to win because we got the right to vote and vote in the right white man for the presidency of the United States. Everything we do, we keep fighting, we keep trying, and we keep trying, and now nobody really wants to vote. Nobody wants to struggle. Nobody wants to do a damn thing. Just let me be a damn nigger and die. That's the attitude that you have, and that's the attitude that the young people have who have not even experienced nothing. To this life, let me come into this crap, do the best I can, and die. So what, I die nigga? So what, I die trash? At least I can join the Nation of Islam. I can join the Moors. I can join these organizations, and they would tell me to pretend I'm a god. I can pretend I'm a king. I can pretend I'm a queen. Then let me die, because in your mind it'll never become a reality. Just let me die happy. Let me believe in Jesus. Let me believe in Muhammad. Just let me believe. Won't you shut up and just leave me the hell alone, Angel Snub Nub 7. Just leave me alone. I don't want reality. I'm done. We losers. We have nothing. This is the mindset. This is the mentality that you're dealing with. Everything we try, everything we do, we become losers. And whether we like it or not, the head of this body is what we call the Black conscious community. The head of the body are those who are willing in the forefront of this struggle to gain what we call freedom, justice, and equality. The Black conscious community, the I want to be African, whatever you want to call yourself, those of us with that type of mindset, those of us who know that we are living a slave-like condition. We want to fight, but we're losing. We're tired. Do you know how it is for a soldier when you go to war and you don't win no battles? A soldier, I don't care how strong you are, you got to have a win. You got to have a win under your belt. You got to be able to fight these battles and win sometimes. It's bad for morale. Right now, in 2019, we have brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters, we have a lack of morale. This is why we don't even want to try to think big. That's why you laugh at the Mississippi campaign, because it's just too damn big. How can we haven't even done anything small? We haven't been able to accomplish anything small. Thank you, Brother Micah. We haven't even accomplished anything small. And you're going to tell me from out of nowhere, we're going to take control of a state? We're going to do something big like that? The troops have low morale. So let me do a little tiny business. Let me do a little tiny school. Let me play it safe. Because we tried to, woo, man. We tried to play it big. The Million Man March. We tried to play it big. And we lost big. But see, you're a fighter. You got to be a fighter. You got to be a fighter. Yeah, we lost. Yes, we lose a little something. But you can win. You can be a winner. You don't have to talk about being a god and a king and a queen and a warrior. You can absolutely do it. But you have to believe, stop believing in your leadership and believe in yourself and your ability to choose correct leadership. And stop believing in the fairy tale stories. Choose your leadership more competently. This is not to say that Marcus Garvey wasn't a good leader, or Elijah Muhammad, or any of our people prior. They just didn't have it together. But they died, and what they done made it so now you can see where they made their mistakes, and now you can go on to be the winner that they want us to be. We are in a position right now to be the winner. And it'll blow your mind once you get on that path. Once you say, I'm not going to give up. Let's do this one more good time. Go for something big. Go for the gusto. I want it all or nothing at all. You got to have that attitude. You got to have this attitude. I don't care what I'm facing. I'm going to win. The reason why soul brothers and sisters in this community, they don't stand, is because the head, and the head is the Black conscious community. The head is the pro-black, the first black, the Nation of Islam, the Moors, the RBG, and all these persons, myself, All of us, we are the head. We are the leaders, and the head don't have itself together. Because if the head, once the head get itself together, it will inspire, it will motivate the rest of the body. You're not going to lay down here on this ring. You're going to get up and fight. You can win this boxing match. But the head is all messed up. So the head cannot inspire the body, motivate the body in order to act because of all of these failures. We have to get a win under our belt. The reason why we as a people continue to fail is because this black conscious community is confused. It's a failure. It does not, you're not in your right state of mind. And so that reflects. So the rest of the body is watching you. They hear you talk black power, but they don't see no power. They hear you talk brotherhood and sisterhood, but they don't see brotherhood and sisterhood. They see you smile, but they watch you on YouTube when you cuss me out and you cuss each other out and you call each other Sambos and bed wenches and niggas. Do you think they want to be part of that? No, 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 no. There are 40 to 70 million soul brothers and sisters in this country. Do you know if this head could get itself together? Do you know we could change this condition almost overnight? See, the head is satisfied with trinkets. Louis Farrakhan can call 1 million men. That's nice. You know, thousands of people come listen to him. Tariq Nasheed can call a few people. They are satisfied with that. There are 40 to 70 million of us in this country. Look at these video views on YouTube. That's low. That's low compared to our people out here. That's low. You happy with 40,000 views, 70,000 views, maybe 500,000. There are 40 to 70 million of us in this nation, and they need to be inspired to get off their ass, motivated, and get into this struggle. But the head is confused. The head is confused. So what do you expect from the body? The Million Man March, even though it was a failure, but it is a sign that our people can be motivated. And with the right leadership, with the right plan, we can be successful because that's what we want. The problem with the Million Man March is our people depend too much on the leadership. The people must understand what the agenda is, what the mission is, and it does not make no difference whether the original leadership is there or not. They know what to do, and they can go on to be successful. The problem with the Million Man March is they had no agenda. There was no plan. The only thing we did was get together and heard a speech about the dollar bill and the history of Washington, D.C., and atone for our sins. There was no agenda. There was nothing, no program. There was no plan of action. There was no nothing. There was nothing of action that people could take to keep them fired up and keep them inspired to get a job done. Believe me, the Mississippi campaign is so big, so much to do, you're going to be inspired for a very long time because there's so much to do. And you will win these small battles. That's why you will continue to win the war. But again, this leadership that we have, this black conscious stuff, pro-black, pan-Africanism, whatever you want to call it, it's confused, it's divided. They hate each other. They have no real agenda. They have nothing really to offer. So until the head get itself together, nothing's going to happen with this body. And this body is very, very powerful. This 40 to 70 million, if you can inspire our people as a whole, not, you don't, of course you're not going to get the whole 40 to 70 million. You're not going to get the whole. But if you can inspire a good percentage of them to participate in something that will inspire and motivate, and they win these battles and be successful, the ones that's left will join also. Because see, this is another thing. People want to be part of, people want to be winners. They want to be part of something that is successful. I knew people that did not like me. And they probably still don't like me. And we play basketball. But when I go on the court, I was a constant winner. I was a constant winner. Yeah, I lost some games, but I was a constant winner. And the ones that don't like me, I'm gonna play. I want to play with him because they want to win. Nobody wants to play with no loser. The only reason why we're losing is because we want to lose. The only reason why we're losing because we're lazy. We don't want to try. We're not motivated. We're not inspired. That's why we're losers. But I say that you have the potential to be a big winner. I say that you have the potential to be all those things that you say that you are, but you know that you're not. You're not a god. You're not a warrior. You're not those things. You're not a king. You're not a queen. You are a pretender. But you can make that a reality. You can do it for real. You have the potential. You don't have to brag and pretend. You can be that. But you got to have something, be motivated. You have to have some wins under your belt. You got to become a winner. You can't win them all. But hell, we lose too much. We've been losing real bad since we've been here among these crackers for the last 500 years. But I say that the fight is not over. As long as there is life, there is hope. As long as there is life, you struggle to live. And you don't let nothing take your life. You fight for your life down to your last breath. There's no animal, there's no life on this planet that is just going to die. They're going to struggle. They're going to fight for everything until they just can't do it no more. They have to succumb to death. We're not dead. We're the people of soul. We're the people of the sun. The sun brings us life. The soul is life, bring life to the body. We are life. It makes no sense for us to continue in the condition that we're in. Makes no sense. We're better than that. But again, like I say, the reason why we losers is because our leadership, this body, the ones that are awakened, the ones that are woke, is confused. They struggling. They greedy. They selfish, and they won't. They are like the brain. They are like the brain to the body, and this black conscious Pan-African, this body of people are messed up. That's why the body cannot rise. This is why the body cannot rise and get on its feet and be the great boxer that we are. So I'm asking this community, you don't have to like me, I don't have to like you, But if you truly love your people and you're fighting for the people, I want to do this for the people, then you need to do what's necessary. Compromise your position, whatever you got to do in order to get this job done. Otherwise, stop calling people agents, stop calling people coons and sambos, because your behavior is the behavior of a coon, a sambo, and an Uncle Tom with your black conscious Pan-African dumbass. You the real coon. So that's the reason why you know a coon and a sambo and an Uncle Tom, because it takes one to know one. You are the real coon, the sambo. Because if you can't get together with your brothers and sisters and do this for what is in the best interest of your people, you fail your people on purpose, because you don't want what is in the best interest of your people. You want them on your damn slave plantation, and they will never come to your slave plantation. Your pieces of trash. That's why they're not inspired by you. That's why they're not motivated by you. That's why you only get a little taste of views, because the people are not interested. They'd just rather be a damn slave and die than mess around with y'all happy ass. And that's very, very sad. But in a way, that's good, because I'd rather go ahead and be a slave to the white man than y'all Negro ass. At least the white man can give me a job. You guys don't have a pot to piss in. All your doo-doo goes straight to the ground. Don't even have a toilet. Pieces of trash. I don't mean to be so mean, but you know, this is serious. Tired of living this way. Tired of being a slave. Don't you know, I'm going to say this real quick. Don't you know, at the rate we going, all of us are going to die slaves. Slaves in white racism. Is that what you want? You keep talking about freedom, justice, and equality. But we, all of us, and your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, at the rate we're going, if they are not made to go extinct, put into mass graves, they're gonna die slaves. Malcolm X died a slave, Harriet Tubman died a slave, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, all our people, John Henry Clark, all our people died slaves. And we're gonna die slaves too, but we don't have to. We're gonna die slave because we voluntarily want to do that. And we don't really give a damn about ourselves or our prosperity. We don't. We liars. You're liar. I care about my grandchildren. I care about you're a damn lie, because you don't even care nothing about yourself. You want to lay around here and die a slave. At least when I close my eyes for the last time, at least I want to know, okay, we took the right actions. Our future generations, they're gonna be all right. But right now, all of my little children that I'm looking at right now, they nothing but slaves, because their elders refuse to take appropriate action. Cowards, lazy, trifling, like Umar Johnson is the best place you and me to be. Niggas. Hey, they're perfect. Yeah, the situation that we are in is real. We got to stop playing. You know, I'm too old. Look, the reality is, I'm not here to play games with. I don't give a damn about money. Don't you know? See, the reality for me is, I just want to see real, because the reality is, within the next, from the time now till about, you know, the next 20 years, I'll be dead, or maybe in a car. I cannot take this stuff with me to the grave. I can't take this stuff with me to the nursing home. So I have to speak, because these young children, they deserve better. Our babies, our future generations deserve better. We are in a position to change. If you don't do it, then you're a liar. You don't love as much as you claim. I know that. Yes, yes, perfect. You absolutely right. Our development. They actually are. They are actually in the way. Because if you're not going to, if you're not really going to work for what is in the best interest of us as a people, and stop trying to convert people to your ideology, your religion, and all that type of stuff, then really you are enemy. So stop talking about, I do this for my people. You ain't asked your people a damn thing. You're not doing it for the people. You want to try to do something what you want for your own personal ideas. You have a personal agenda. You want to get rich for yourself. Damn lie. This pro-black, black conscious, metaphysics, Hebrew Israelite, Kemetic, all this garbage is an enemy to us, y'all. It's an enemy. And since these bastards, because these people are my brothers, I don't want none of these. I love my melanin, the African and pro-black. I don't want none of them on my page. Take your fake, hypocrite ass, get off my page. You are an enemy to us as a people. Nobody's interested in your damn slave plantation. Tired of being a slave. Not interested in slavery. That's the reality of it. So on that note, let me get out of here because I'm starting to have technical difficulties on this thread. But I got to keep it real. I don't have no choice. I'll be dead in the next probably 20 years. So what? But at least maybe I can inspire. Maybe I can motivate that person that can get the job done. Because clearly these bastards, pro-black community, they are our enemies. So to hell with them. Get off my page. Not interested.
Free your mind.
Yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. I love my
Free your mind.
I'm not a misogynist.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm not a homophobe.
No, sir.
Don't be angry with me if I stand up on God's word. But I don't hate my brothers and sisters who have been exposed to the great deception, taking the word God is love and I love my brother. In fact, we kissed when I came up here. And this is not queer. Taking the word God is love and I love my brother. In fact, we kissed when I came up here. And this is not queer. And this is not queer. And this is not queer. And this is not queer.
Hey, Umar! Not to be popular. It's just I'm inspired by my brother, that Reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that reality angel snubbing up 7. That's right, brother. I'm calling you out, brother. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, brother. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.